The next type of factoring we're going to learn is factoring by grouping. So when a polynomial has more than 3 terms, we can sometimes factor by grouping. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to group terms that have a common factor. Sometimes you'll need to rearrange your terms, sometimes not. You factor out the common factor, and then you factor the remaining binomial if one exists. So these steps aren't super clear, so I'm going to work through a few examples. So I've got ax minus ay plus bx minus by. I'm going to put in some grouping symbols. The greatest common factor of ax and ay is a, so I pull out a factor of a. The greatest common factor of bx and by is b. Now you can see that the remaining binomial is the same, right? So I'm going to factor out that binomial factor and rewrite this as a plus b times x, that's supposed to be a minus y. Now, how do I know that worked? Well, why don't we go ahead and check our answer? And in order to check our answer, we can just refactor this out. I'm going to factor this using FOIL, which stands for first, outer, inner, last, and it's how we multiply binomials. So I'm going to take a times x, and then a times negative y, plus b times x, and b times negative y, and you see I get back to my original answer. So we can always check our answers by multiplying out our binomials. I'm going to switch colors. So I have 4x cubed plus 2x minus 2x minus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and put some grouping symbols. Now there's a negative here. I'm going to take that with me. Remember, when we have a leading coefficient that's a negative, we want to pull it out. So we're going to pull out a negative greatest common factor here. The greatest common factor of 4x cubed and 2x squared is going to be 2x squared. That gives me 2x squared times 2x plus 1. The greatest common factor of negative 2x and negative 1 is going to be a negative 1. That leaves with negative 1. 2x minus 1, plus 1. Again, both of these are the same, so I can collect my greatest common factors and my binomial, and I have fully factored my polynomial. Last but not least, I have 6ax plus 12bx plus a plus 2b. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some grouping symbols. The greatest common factor of 6ax and 12bx is going to be a 6x. That is with 6x times a plus 2b. The greatest common factor of a and 2b is going to be 1. And even though it's a 1, I still need to pull that factor out. So then I collect my greatest common factors. I multiply those by my remaining binomial. And that's how we factor by grouping.